Let me first say congratulations to the University of Oregon and their great football program, and Coach Kelly and his great staff. It was a fantastic showing tonight, as it's been over the last several years. It's a dynamic program and one that is tough to keep up with. We found that out firsthand tonight, but want to wish them well in representing our conference in the Rose Bowl, and hopefully they bring home a Rose Bowl championship to honor the Pac-12. Let me also say to those involved in hosting this game and putting this together, it was a first-class event. Inaugural things, I'm sure, have all sorts of kinks to get out and so forth, but we didn't notice a thing. It was just first class. Our guys had big eyes as we looked at the stadium and looked at all the different things that you had put together to honor these two programs. So a heartfelt thank you to those of you who did that. And then lastly, I want to thank my football team, who I thought fought valiantly. You know, it wasn't as clean as it needs to be when you're playing a caliber of team like we did in Oregon, but there was a lot of heart and there was a lot of work, and we made it a game, at least for a time. And I was thrilled that we got that kind of effort given the events of the last week. So I just am excited for these guys. They get one more game. They'll find out where here soon, and we'll be forever appreciative of not only the two guys sitting here, but all the rest of the guys in the locker room for letting me have a dream job for the last 4 years.
Kevin?
Yeah, just touching on some of the things Coach Neuheisel said. I just want to give credit to Oregon. They played a great game and first-class program. It was a great experience to play in the first Pac-12 championship ever, and you know, just speaking strictly offensively, unfortunately just couldn't get enough done. Turn the ball over too many times, and when you do that, you put our defense in some bad spots. And you know, I was proud of the way we played. Just has to be cleaner, and you know, just want to thank Coach Neuheisel for giving it his best effort for these past 4 years, and gonna miss him.
Patrick?
I'm very proud of how the team came out today and played. I think we easily could have just laid down and given into everybody's, predictions, but I feel like the team as a whole played with a lot of energy, a lot of effort on defense. We were able to stop their passing in the beginning. Unfortunately, they were able to run a little bit more than we would have liked, and they started to break some plays. Their backs are very talented, and their quarterback's very good. But I'm really proud of the team. I think this game, even though we lost, is a very positive thing for UCLA. I think we can really build on it in the future. And I'd like to thank Coach Neuheisel. Being able to play under him has been truly a blessing for me, and I know it has been for the rest of the team.
We'll go ahead and take questions. We do have handheld microphones on either side of the room. Please raise your hand and we'll get the microphone to you so we can hear your question.
You're focused on the game, but did you ever allow yourself to soak in the moment and realize that it was your last time coaching?
A little bit before the game, Dan had let me bring my family to the game, which I thought was a classy move, and so I had my boys out on the field in the pregame, and I was playing catch with both Jack and Joe, my two youngest sons, and kind of looking at all the surroundings, and say what you will about how we got here and so on and so forth, but looking up at those banners and seeing Oregon and UCLA on that deal was a treat for me, and something that I'll have for a long time. We didn't get to where we needed to be, but they can't take this away from us. Everybody knew the rules at the start of the season, and here's where we earned. So it's one of those things where I didn't really want it to end, but it did, and we'll move on.
Yeah, Rick, you got over here. Yeah, you seemed to get emotional walking off the field. What was going through your mind? You were hugging a lot of people, waving to the fans.
Because you're just not sure, if you're going to get to do this again. Our business is one that it's hard to predict that stuff. And the relationships you forge with young people who first say yes to you when you recruit them, and then you try to correct them when they do wrong, and you try to keep channeling their efforts so they can improve as players and all that kind of stuff. Those relationships are what make the glue for coaches and why no one leaves this deal voluntarily. I mean, the hours are long, but no one ever looks at the clock because you're doing what you love. And so walking off the field knowing that I don't know when I'm doing this again is a emotional thing. I tried hard to harness it, but not always successful.
Yeah, Rick, I know a game like this doesn't come down to one or two plays, but I'm just curious what your feeling was. In the first quarter, you guys were driving down and had a 4th and 1 and didn't make it, and didn't help the momentum for you guys any. And then they had a similar situation on 4th and 1 when LaMichael went through the line and went untouched into the end zone.
Yeah.
Just wonder, how much of a impact you think those plays had?
Oh, those are huge plays because they're just giant momentum changers. I knew I was going to be in some 4th down situations, and some we made. But Oregon is a very talented team, and sometimes because of the enormous success that their offense has, their defense doesn't get enough credit. They become sometimes the nameless because we talk so much about the guys who are scoring the touchdowns and such. But they are stout up front, and we felt like we had good plans as to how to go about getting 4th and 1s, and unfortunately ended up on the short end of the stick a couple of times.
Here in the front.
Kevin, that last drive, how badly did you guys want to, score a touchdown there and send Rick out with a positive note at least?
Definitely. We wanted it more than anything. Obviously at that point in the game we knew that we weren't going to win it, but we just want to make sure that people see that we never give up. We're never going to be quitters. We never want to be called that or considered that, and so we wanted to show that we wanted to continue to compete to the very end, and definitely, we know Coach Neuheisel wants it. That's the mindset he's instilled in us, so it was special to be able to score one last time.
Question to the right. Rick,
to your right, Rick, when you were hired 4 years ago that day, you talked close to New Year's Eve about that being the dream job. Tonight you're talking about a dream job. How long will you take before you decide, am I going to be an offensive coordinator? Am I going to take a year off? What's kind of your game plan right now?
I'll have time now to think about that. I really haven't had time, and I'm thankful again to Dan Guerrero for giving me this chance to coach in this game. It would have been easy to say it's time to move on and go on, but I'm very appreciative that he did that, because not only did it give me a chance to be with these guys one more week, but it also kept me from having to think about what's next. And excuse me, we'll evaluate. I've got a great wife, I've got 3 good boys, and we'll evaluate what's next. Obviously I've got some decisions to make as to stay or move or all that kind of stuff. But a lot of that, hopefully will get cleared up here in short order.
Any further questions here?
Well, thank you.
Gentlemen.